This morning, we'll talk to Alabama running back Derrick Henry about his new travel book, Running Through Wisconsin.
And a big wake-up exclusive, we speak to the presidential candidates about protecting the border, and the only thing that they can agree on is that it won't be Michigan's offensive line. It's time to wake up, college football! Welcome to week 1 of Wake Up College Football. Yes, that's right. It's in the present tense. The season is happening. The gentleman dancing so rhythmically to my right. He's Ryan Nanny. My name is Dan. Let's start it off right away. The awesome thing of week 1 was
Notre Dame's offense.
Yeah.
A unit that we had some questions about coming into the season was, we thought, facing a very big test in week 1 against the Texas defense,
Sure.
which we also thought Texas's defense was going to be the unit that they leaned on to sort of stay in games.
Yes.
And they just got obliterated, basically. Notre Dame didn't turn the ball over at all, had 6 separate scoring drives. Malik Zaire was incredibly efficient in this game, only had 3 incompletions all game long. And whether it was through the air, on the ground,
a
they
lot
just
of
looked
balance, yeah.
very in control. Maybe that ends up proving more about Texas's deficiencies on defense.
Sure.
As of now, though, Notre Dame has kind of put everybody on their schedule on notice that they can go out and do some real damage when they have the ball.
And this is what an excellent team should do against
Yes.
a team that appears to be below average, like
Right.
Texas does at the moment
Right.
anyway. To me, the awesome thing was just an awesome moment. BYU completed a Hail Mary to beat Nebraska in Lincoln, and it was bittersweet, obviously, because of the injury news to Taysom Hill and the foot.
Out for the year.
Not great. And it's sort of heartbreaking after last year, him
Right.
going out at the end of September, but the moment was ridiculous. Tanner Mangum comes in as the backup, a highly touted high school player coming in, has a nice end of the game, but really Nebraska outplays BYU, but gets it to the goal line. Mitch Matthews comes down with it, and Hail Mary karma
breaks a
is
very
real.
breaks a very long streak for Nebraska of openers. It's either openers or home openers.
Right.
One tough break for Mike Riley, but I will say credit Nebraska for not looking great in the first half of this game and really turning it around and fixing some things, especially on defense in the second half.
And Tommy Armstrong certainly looked much better.
Yes.
I'm going to stay with your sort of unexpected theme that you had with Notre Dame and their offense, and I'm going to go to the other side of the ball. Texas A&M, to me, was the most unexpected side of the ball performance of Saturday, just because this is a unit that's been so leaky, talent-wise, scheme-wise, confusion. They come out, they stop the run, they stop the pass against what we're assuming is going to be a good ASU offense, and just completely live in the backfield of the Sun Devils, Myles Garrett, Deshaun Hall. So good, and really sends a message week 1. I mean, we could be overreacting, but at the moment, they look to be very, very complete.
We don't overreact.
Absolutely
A&M's
not.
defense was just, last year was, the refrigerator that your dad thought he could fix on his own.
Okay.
And then he called John Chavis, who's like, yeah, I know how to do this, fix it right away.
I have my tools.
This is very easy.
have a
Why
degree.
don't you try to do this yourself?
To you,
it's embarrassing.
What was unexpected?
Josh Rosen, UCLA, true freshman quarterback, in his first start was just amazing.
Magnificent,
His numbers were fantastic against UVA, a defense that maybe not, top 30 quality or anything like that, but somebody you knew was
Decent
going to be able to challenge him. But it was really just how comfortable he looked out there, making the right reads, making a variety of really impressive throws. And even when he, was off the mark, he was off the mark in a way you want your quarterback to be. Where it's like, okay, that ball's too long, out of everybody's reach.
But made the right read. Yes, absolutely.
And that was this was the only position we thought was potentially a weakness for UCLA coming into the season.
Everybody else was back.
If they have solved it as well as they appear to have through 1 week, UCLA.
I still think he'll have his moments of being very young and new to college football.
Of being a teenager born
of being
in
a true freshman.
1997.
That's not okay
It's
that you
not
said that.
okay.
Not okay. But other than that, they're going to be in good shape. I'm going to stay in the conference with something that I found to be pretty meaningful, and that's on the other side of the Pac-12, the North. Not so good.
No.
Not so good. Even the teams that we think are going to continue to be good, like Oregon, their defense was leaky. Washington's offense and offensive line was nowhere to be found. Wazoo goes down to Portland State.
To a bad FCS team.
To a bad FCS team. Of course, Stanford goes to Evanston and no passing game whatsoever. They've got a fifth-year quarterback in Kevin Hogan. They have an experienced offensive line.
Yeah, the Stanford loss was maybe the most embarrassing thing we've seen in this very early college football season because it had the features of all the problems they had last year. They couldn't get to the red zone that much, and when they did, they didn't do anything.
Yep. I guess you have to hold out hope for Cal and Oregon.
Right.
Maybe bringing up that side of the conference, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
What to you sort of meant the most now that you look back?
Penn State last year was a team that was plagued by offensive line, lack of productivity.
Yep.
That cascaded and gave their quarterback position a lot of problems. And then they went out against Temple, and it somehow got even worse. I mean, you certainly can't call it unexpected because Penn State had this exact same problem last year.
Right.
But their offensive line was so bad in pass protection against Temple. Gave up 10 sacks, allows Temple to win this game for the first time since the 40s.
Yeah.
And it's
anytime you start talking decades with streaks, that's bad.
Especially for a team like Penn State, which kind of lives on the whole decades of greatness thing.
Right.
It's a big problem for them going forward because that pass pressure makes Christian Hackenberg so clearly uncomfortable that even when he has time and even when the reads are there,
he's always looking over his shoulder.
He's always looking over his shoulder. The passes aren't as crisp as they should be.
Right.
This is not nearly the best defense they're going to face.
What
are they going to do when they play Ohio State?
Run.
Is it going to be 30 sacks? Don't do that, Ohio State.
Do not.
That is a war crime.
That would be so mean. Yeah, and really Penn State's offense just needed to be fine. Just okay, because we expect big things from the defense even still.
17 drives in this game, 7 of them were 3-and-outs.
Not okay.
7.
Not okay.
Not cool.
And finally, a brand new segment on Wake Up, the 5 best things in the college football universe. They're changing every week. We got a running tally. This week, Ryan has our top 5. Ryan, what do we got?
Number 5, we've got Minnesota's terrifying chipmunk on the scoreboard when opposing kickers try to do their thing. That's not great. Number 4, we've got Uga down in Athens.
Aww.
He's got a human buddy in his doghouse protecting him from the rain.
I would like to be that human buddy.
Number 3, we have Georgia Tech. And week 1, oh my God. Yeah, we have clips of their unstoppable offense here. As you can see, just destroying everything in their path. Number 2, Heisman time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Robert Kondiche, takes this pass and just puts the wheels to it. Big men should not be able to move that fast. That violates the laws of physics. And number 1, for now at least, that Hail Mary from BYU.
Oh, week 1. Who sees week 1 Hail Marys? We do.
Nebraska does too. Sorry, guys.
Oops. But this has been Wake Up College Football. Week 1 is in the books. His name is Ryan. My name is Dan. We'll see you soon.